Hey team, so you're watching this video because you've either just signed your first customer or you've just gotten a new customer and you are not sure what you should do. I'm so glad you're watching this. I'm going to outline for you exactly what I do every time I get a new customer, whether it's preferred or retailed or whatever. Excuse me, I do the same thing. I follow the same process. So, 6 things I want to share with you and then a couple of pointers and encouragement points for you. So number one, when you get a new customer, the very first thing I always do is send them an email with product instructions and information. This is not negotiable, not optional. I definitely try to do it the first day that they sign or the first day that they order. If I can't get it done that day, definitely within the first 2 to 3 days of their order, because otherwise they could have their order before you send them the email, and you want them to have the email with instructions. You don't want them starting blindly or just following the product information on the bottle. That may not be the best fit for them and what their body needs, so you want to be able to tailor the instructions and give them some tips and pointers for how to take their products. So I always send them product directions and tips and just further information in an email, also with a nice welcome note and just a thank you too, letting them know that, I appreciate them choosing me and just deciding to work with me and trust me on this process. So send a product email. Number two, I always send a thank you note, and if I've gotten some sort of special going on that they earned, or I have a rebate check to send them or whatever, I include that in the note. But sending a thank you note is just such a nice personal touch that lets them know that you do value the relationship, and that's more important to you even than the products in the order, is that you care about the person. And so it's just an extra touch that just really goes a long way. That's something that my upline did with me, and I thought, man, this is so good. I felt important. I felt like I wasn't just another number on the list of customers that she had going, and so we want to make our customers feel the same way. So send a thank you note and whatever rebate or any special or whatever included in that thank you note, and then also include your business card. That's a no-brainer. If you don't have a business card, you should get them. That's a given too. But include your business card so they have your contact information, your website, all of that good stuff too. And maybe sometimes I've even put 2 or 3 in a thank you note. Maybe they want to share them with other people and hand them out. That's great. That's free advertising and free marketing for you. So number one, send a product and direction email. Number two, send a thank you note. Number three, mark your calendar. This is so important. Whenever I get a new customer, I like an actual physical planner. I don't use my phone calendar for my Plexus stuff because I like to be able to see it and write it in and scratch it off and check it off and that kind of thing. It's just easier for my brain. But I write in my planner the day that person ordered, and then I mark my calendar for 3 to 4 days later, and then I mark it for a week later, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks after that. And so what I'm doing in those first few days, about 3 to 4 days later, I'm checking in to say, hey, did you get your products? Just wanted to, let you know I'm eager to hear about your journey and eager to hear what you think about these awesome products. So I do that 3 to 4 days later, and then a week later, after I know they've started the products, I just check back in and say, how are things going? Again, I'm eager for an update and so excited that you're on this journey. Short, simple, sweet. But you want to make sure that you stay on top of keeping in touch with them, and you don't let time just go by and they're just drifting. You don't know if they're having any issues or if things are going well. You want to, first of all, be there for them if they're having any problems, but be there for them to celebrate too. Whether things are going kind of rough, they're experiencing die-off, or things are going awesome, you need to be there. You need to show them, again, that the person is more important than the product, and you're more concerned about the relationship than anything else. So be in communication. Mark your calendar for those communication points. 3 or 4 days in, a week after they start taking their products, and then I normally do either 2 or 3 weeks after that, depending on depending on the person, honestly, and how things are going, and if they need more guidance or more information from me, then I'll check back in more frequently too. The next one, number 4, clearly communicate with them about the opportunities in Plexus. Don't miss the opportunity to say, hey, I just want you to know, I know you're just trying the products right now and you've told me you don't want to work the business, but I want you to know that Plexus has an awesome opportunity. Even if all you want to do is take the products, you can join as an investor and get the wholesale prices, and you could even earn money back from your own purchases. So I just want to throw that out there as an option for you right now, and I'd love to share more with you down the road. Don't be afraid to introduce that right away, and then make sure you do revisit it, follow up with that opportunity, that conversation. Number 5 is stay in touch with your customer. It doesn't have to be super rigid, but for sure, if they're a long-term customer, I try to check in once a month or so just to make sure things are going well, see if they're having any additional benefits or any additional side effects, or if maybe the regimen, we could tweak it a little bit or whatever. I just try to keep tabs and make sure that things are going well. It is possible that you'll have people that don't ever want to join as an ambassador, even to just get the wholesale price, and that's fine. But you don't want them to just you don't want them to fall off your radar or not, be important to you just because they're a preferred customer for, I don't know, for life or whatever. So you definitely want to keep in touch with them, and make sure too that you're available for troubleshooting with them. Don't hesitate to ask them how things are going. In fact, you need to ask how things are going, and don't be afraid to hear hard answers. Well, I'm really struggling with this. I feel like BioCleanse is just making me run to the bathroom, or Probio 5 makes me feel nauseous, or whatever. Don't be afraid to hear those answers, but do be as knowledgeable as you can going in. Expect good things, but be prepared to help them troubleshoot. And if you aren't confident in that, don't be afraid to ask your sponsor or ask me for help with troubleshooting. That's totally acceptable and totally fine. I've done that. Everyone does that. We all lean on each other especially for things like troubleshooting or any potential negative feedback that we might hear. So number 5 is stay in touch and be prepared to help troubleshoot. And then number 6 is, again, going back to what I said for number 4, clearly communicate with them the opportunities about Plexus. Number 6, I always try to revisit the upgrade conversation. Hey, Sally, you've been on Triplex now for about 3 months. I know you've really loved it. What do you think about becoming an ambassador? Revisit it. Do not miss the opportunity to revisit that and follow up. So those are 6 quick tips, 6 things that I do for every new customer that I get. And then I wanted to just leave you with a couple of things to think on. As an ambassador, you are representing Plexus, right? And so you're not just representing this corporate name that's this lofty, intangible corporation, right? You're actually representing every other individual that's part of Plexus. And it's kind of like the church, it's really easy to point a finger at the church and be upset at the church whenever we're frustrated with things. But whenever you stop and think about it, you realize oh, I'm part of the church. So really the church is people. Same thing with Plexus. As you are, engaging in conversations and having interactions with potentials and current customers or ambassadors, anyone about Plexus, remember that you are not representing just this lofty, intangible corporation. You are representing other individuals just like you. So you want to put your best foot forward, not on just behalf of yourself, that should be a motivating factor on its own, but remember everyone else that's involved in this too. You want to represent our team and our company well. You determine the impression and the experience that your folks have with Plexus, and we want that to be such a good one. And so our customer service should be above and beyond. It should be the best customer service anyone ever has. I go out of my way to make sure people have a good experience with Plexus, even if that means I have to sit on hold with corporate to ask a question or whatever. If I have to spend half my day on hold, whatever, I'll do that to prevent a customer from having to do it, because I want them to have such a good experience with Plexus, and just have it be positive from the get-go. And at every point, Charlie, go to your bed. Sorry, my baby's sleeping, and and the dog's going a little bit being a dog. He's just being a dog. Anyway, so yeah. I want to encourage you. You guys have what it takes to build an awesome team and to do awesome customer service from the get-go. And I hope these tips help you. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on the team page.